you going to the next level, you got to pay.
Yes.
Right? Because this is what the people at the top know. There ain't no competition, only collaboration. And I see it in this industry that I'm in, especially the digital product age. And so you got to pay to be in the room. A lot of people, businesses won't grow and scale because they're scared to spend the money. But guess what I know? The more I spend, the more the return. And when I borrow money and do things with confidence because I know they got value.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so this is gonna be one of them well-spoken podcasts.
Depends. Well, I don't know. Most people say I sound Southern. You know what I mean? Depending on what your audience like to hear. But y'all got the New York vibe. So,
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, all right. So you got a bachelor's?
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right. You ain't drop out like him.
No,
Okay.
yeah, I dropped out.
So,
Man, some of the richest people in the world dropped out now. They believe in
see,
themselves.
right? What happened?
I'm gonna drop out too. Though.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you try to put it on me.
No, I ain't recommending it. I ain't recommending it. Yeah.
So that brings it to a perfect question to open. Do you because you say you don't recommend that people don't go to college. Why would you say that? To be an entrepreneur or going to college? Because you're an entrepreneur now.
Oh, man. So I get that question all the time from parents, right? Because I coach. People see my path. And so they just will throw that question out. Hey, do you think college is a good thing? Because you went.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also an entrepreneur. And I didn't go to school for what I really do, which I don't even know what speech communication would have allowed me to do, to be honest with you, other than just talk, I guess, right? Speech communication. I don't know. I did it so I'm be honest, I did it so I could stay eligible. You know, I don't know. But
you played sport in college
yes,
because
I
they
did. Yep.
eligible. What'd you play?
I ran track.
Ran track? Dope.
Yes, sir.
Dope.
Yep. So when people ask that, I like, what? It depends on what you want to do, right? If you're going to go get a kinesiology degree, going to get a sociology degree, you're not going to make that money that you think you're going to make to, number one, pay that loan back in 10, 15 years. You're not going to make I don't know, you won't be able to live a comfortable life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever you want to do, let me know, and I probably can tell you can go do an internship, you can go be an apprentice, do a lot of things that could get you there faster. Because for me, I'm going to hire somebody who know how to do the job over faster than somebody who got a fancy degree, graduated top of the class. Now, don't get me wrong. I want my doctor, I want my lawyer, I want those people, my accountants, to go to college. Now, let's not get it twisted. But these other things that that as soon as you graduate, you either overqualify for or you can't get a job. You can't get a salary that justify the money you spent to go to school. I went to school a long time ago, and it wasn't what it costs right now.
Right.
I mean, man, I don't know how people afford these houses or go to
college,
school,
right.
and both of those
Let
together.
alone. Yeah,
I know how they're affording them. They tapping in with you.
Yeah. Or they get a loan. Or they tap in with the government and get a loan.
Yeah.
So you went to college, right? For what we know you now as real estate entrepreneur.
Yeah.
That's who Lee Patterson is now, correct?
Yes, sir.
So how did the transition go? You went to school, you were running track, you got your degree. How'd you get to this now entrepreneur journey in real estate?
I stepped into the 9-to-5 world. You got to figure it out real quick, right? So I graduated. I tried to run in professionally thing about a year. Nobody wants to run for a living, I'm going to be honest with you. Unless you run 100, right? Because it's the only people who really make great money.
Okay.
And so I was a middle distance runner. I ran the 800. They now call it a long sprint. I'm competing against the Kenyans. You know what I mean? So, I had to make a business decision.
Right.
And so I said, you know what? Time to be a man, trying to pay bills, right? Because I grew up, right? You got your parents take care of you through high school. Then I got to college for another 4 to 5 years. University took care of me. Now I'm like, all right, time to be a man, bro. So didn't matter what I was going to do. You had to do something. So I got into the 9-to-5 world, did PT, personal training and stuff like that. And then I transitioned from that to UPS, right?
Well, you ain't. It's not the UPS today. UPS today, they paying like $200,000.
They weren't paying that much.
UPS back then,
they weren't paying that much. And so,
What could Brown do for you?
What can Brown do for you?
Yeah.
$200,000. I tell you that.
Right. So I came from a family of entrepreneurs. My grandparents sold snow cones, snow candy coming up.
The real snow cones?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The real.
I just want to make sure because snow
we
cones
still
nowadays,
got the
they
old
say something
school
different
brown
nowadays,
ice.
boy.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards. They still do it to this day. It's a lot different. how you do it. You can't just sell out of your trunk no more like they used to, or back of the truck. And so then we had a family restaurant, so which is still open to this day. But I always had this entrepreneur spirit, and I also knew like a 9 to 5 wasn't for me. Getting permission to go on vacation, getting permission to take the day off, having not to call in sick.
Right.
Just I don't know, get permission to go to the bath. Not go to the bath, but you know what I'm saying? Like, tell you want to go to lunch. I'm like, that can't be like
right
for till I'm 60. Well, I don't know, keep going up. I don't know. I feel like I've been kind of semi-retired for a while now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I just couldn't imagine, nothing against those people who do.
Exactly.
But I just knew that wasn't my path.
Gotcha.
So I ventured down the entrepreneur path of being a franchisee in the chicken business.
Okay.
And so
what spot?
Zaxby's.
Okay, Zaxby. Okay.
It ain't made to New York yet, but
I know it's Zaxby.
It'll get there.
Look how he look. He know the chicken spot.
Yeah. The chicken
wow.
spot. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. On the show?
But
it be your own man's. It be your own man's. Go ahead.
Be on people.
Right.
Yeah. But so I had a friend. I had a golden opportunity to hop in, and I had to own a percentage of the company. And I start to understand the dynamics of how real estate really works. And I got into real estate by, first of all, I studied the rich. We all know the rich have some portion of their fortune in real estate, right? And so once I learned that, I decided to go all in, study it a little bit more, try to figure out a way to enter the real estate realm, right? It's a lot of different ways you can enter it. And so I had a teammate who ran, and he was in the multifamily / college housing sector. And we would run every day, run miles and miles and miles every day. Then he told me exactly what he did, how he did it. And so I was just taking pieces.
So he's like a mentor. Yeah,
it was like a mentor. If you asked him today, he would never admit it or even realize it. But I was asking him so many questions. So I took it and I just implemented these things throughout what I was doing in my real estate journey. And then I would go back and tell him what I did. He like, yo, that's cool. You find a niche, and I didn't know what niche meant. You know what I mean? And so he was just like, you need to run that play. Keep running that play. Just keep doing it because it's working. He said, don't worry about what we doing. I thought it was just pulling my leg, but I was making some money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I found something that I was good at, and I stepped away from the restaurant business because I realized the land that you own was the play, right? When we opened up, we bought land, put it in the LLC. Then we used the Zaxby doing, or we had a business called Oconee. We was Oconee DBA and Zaxby's. And so Zaxby was what we put on the land to pay us back or to pay the land off, right? Because once the land paid off, guess who you paying? Yourself.
Right. Yeah.
That's the play, which is why the founder, McDonald's, that's why there's such a crazy story, right? Which is why everybody understands what that means. They paint a clear picture. And I think McDonald's is the biggest land owner in the world, right? Because they're everywhere.
The biggest real estate owners.
So you get to McDonald's, you make good money. You can pay that land off relatively quickly. If you're running a efficient business, and so then that's just, it's good money. You know what I'm saying? Because that land typically is not cheap. I mean, you're typically paying. I know my buddy, he's paying like $14K, whatever, just because $1 million piece of dirt. It's a good, it's prime location. And so when he paid it, I was like, man, I make a lot of money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just off the land. Not even talking about the chicken and what you paying, because after you pay Zaxby's, their percentage, bills, you make a little money.
Yeah, make a little money.
So after that, I was like, wow, this is the play. So I was like, you know what? The food business was a little bit too crazy. I'm dealing with parents. I'm dealing with customers, vendors, the city, health code, all kind of stuff. I was like, well, you know what? Let me just dummy this thing down and let me just start with single family. Dealing with a family or a college student or whatever you want to call it, it's a lot simpler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that was my entry, and that was my path to how I got into real estate, to obviously as I built up to multifamily and to international investing. And to now I teach it as a curriculum, and the fact step by step. You know, I kind of skipped some spots. Like you start with your credit, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then you got to get funding, and then
Yeah.
you go for the
For the big
for the
dog.
asset.
For the big dog.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for the big dog. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a question, because you said a lot of things there, right? When you first got into real estate, you started with the single family, right? Then you started scaling up. There's so many different lanes of real estate.
Yeah.
How'd you pick, this is what I want to be at. This is the lane I want to focus on. So for the people out there, when you go on YouTube, there's wholesaling, there's fix and flipping, there's multifamily, there's
Buy
let's
and
just say
hold.
Airbnb,
Yep.
international. How'd you find a lane like this is it and I want to stick here?
So I realized
Or start here.
Yeah, so I realized there was 3 exits, 3 ways to just do real estate, and y'all just named them. You can do wholesaling, right? And then you can do fix and flips, and then you can do buy and hold, aka rental property. Well, I always knew, and I was always told, "Are you here to create generational wealth? You got to own something." So I always wanted to just do buy and holds because I knew that there was reoccurring money every single month, and that got me up in the morning, right? And so then I didn't have a lot of money to get started. I had enough to get one. And so then I had to figure out what else can I do in real estate. And then back then, about 7, 8 years ago, wholesaling was big. That was like the buzzword. You know, everybody was hopping into it. So I hopped in the game, made great money, made my first commission, which was like $8K. Guy said, "You want me to give you a check? You want to follow me to the bank, get cash? I'm going to follow you to the bank. Let's roll." Walked that, dropped that in my hand. It was the most money I'd ever held in my hand at one point in my life. I locked the doors. I was just staring at the money, kind of like, man.
Shaking.
Yeah, like, it was the most money I ever had in my hand at one point. I couldn't get to the bank fast enough to deposit it. You know what I mean? And I was just like, that was that moment that it was real. Now, it was real when I got my first property. But when you got cash in your hand like that, now I was like, man, I got a way now I can actually fund how I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I really got rocking and rolling. And then you realize wholesaling can kind of, it's up and down.
Right.
Like,
Ebbs and
yeah. You got
ebbs and flows.
Yeah, people don't tell you that. They just tell you all the good stuff. Oh yeah, you get in this, you can make a lot of money. But it's really the people with the biggest budgets who really win at it. I mean, you can hustle like I was hustling. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. That's how I was able to get some deals. But the people with the biggest budgets win. That's anything.
Yeah.
And so after that, I had a mentor that was helping me with. I had gotten into like travel hacking and traveling because that was that was a passion of mine, and it was some of those courses I could afford. And then he came to approach me and said, "Hey, what are some of your biggest obstacles in this world of your business that you do?" I was like, man, I'm running out of money. Like, I get these deals, I see these deals. I'm either have to wholesale them or I'm having to have to just pass on them. And like, what if I could show you a way to get money unlimited, right? You guys are familiar with funding.
Right.
And I was like, dude, you what's the price of admission? It didn't matter what you charged me because I knew the bank was going to charge, but they weren't going to give me no money because I didn't have the financials to back it up. And he's like, oh yeah, we can do this and we don't even need any documentation. Man, that sounds like a scam, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop playing with me.
Right.
But then as they walked me through the process and told me what they needed from me and what I needed to do, I was like, I can do that. In our head, we hear, man, you're gonna need documentation. We think taxes, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, we automatically get discouraged.
Did I even file my taxes correctly? Am I claiming somebody? Did I impose? So just all the crazy stuff that was going on back then. And so, long story short, I just needed to clean my credit. I just needed to open up some accounts. I needed a LLC. I needed structured properly, and he gave me step by step by step. I'm like, man, I'm gonna check off the list, guy, and I'm to start point A to point B, which is why I like track, right? I know exactly what I'm finna.
And that's
this is the only we the only sport that stop the clock. Everybody else, the clock stops your game.
Yeah, right.
You feel me? And so I'm like, I can do this. So once I went through it, and he's like, it's rinse and repeat. You can do this over and over to infinity, and you can teach others. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I was just 100 miles an hour forward, and that's when I got a quadplex right after that. I mean, I was scooping them up, bro, because I already knew how to get the deals, right? Because when you're a
Right.
wholesaler, you know how to get the good deal.
Yes.
But what happens that's why I don't like when people tell me you're a wholesaler, like you're a rookie, because you're not a wholesaler. Wholesaling is just a method we use to move
get the deals.
Yeah,
Exactly. To get the good deals.
correct.
Exactly.
And so I was like, I realized I was giving away all the deals, and so now, don't get me wrong, I was still a wholesaler. Some stuff you just I don't want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even. So yeah, I don't even call it wholesale. I'm like, man, I sold it and made a couple dollars on it. Basically, you know, it really sold it, but I said I just sold and got rid of it. Type deal, you know, and it's usually like a double closing or something like that.
But you're really using it for the big vision.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's the goal, right? And that's what's important about what you said about wholesaling. That's just the key in the door. So now you could choose wherever you want to go. Either way, you making money, you're gonna make some cash flow, or you're gonna start adding to your wealth building.
Correct.
Which is your assets, your empire, right? Another key thing, important thing you said when you started learning about travel hacking. And I know you started talking about some international stuff you're doing.
Yeah. I started investing in Dubai. I had been to Dubai a couple of times as like a tourist, and then I met a friend. He's like, Dubai would treat you differently when they look at you as a businessman. I'm like, okay.
But
What does that look like?
I'm a businessman here.
Yeah,
so.
I'm a businessman in America, and they were like, no, like when you do business here.
Internationally.
And so to today, if you spend $500,000, they'll give you a visa. Yep. You can get a visa. Like it's the easiest way. It used to be way harder.
Yeah, you could spend $5 million here and get a visa too.
Yeah. Trump just
He said, "Look, hey, spend $5 million."
Well, no,
We got you.
I'm sorry, this is $500,000. This is $500,000.
I know, yes, that's over there, yeah.
Yeah, but
Right.
you got Trump making you spend $5.
Yeah.
So hold on. So you spend $500,000 in Dubai and they automatically give you a visa?
Because they're for progressive thinking. You know what I'm saying?
They want to bring money in.
Right.
They're for bringing money in.
Man, they even
Continuous.
paying. If you're a nurse, they're paying you. They're giving you visa as a nurse if you come, because they gotta keep up with the influx of people. It's one of the safest cities in the country, in the world, right? It's one of the most profitable. They ain't at war with anybody. Nobody hates them. You know,
Well, they fund a lot of different countries.
Yeah, and they just do. You might not agree with a lot of stuff that they do, and because I mean, somebody's
It's
like
Islamic State.
Yeah,
It's Islamic country.
somebody told me like, man, you know that stuff being built off of slaves. Like, what you think America was built off of? And got a point there. You know what I mean? And so you know
That was so wholesome.
Yeah.
You got a point.
You're right.
So people say stuff about say anything. They say stuff about him. Oh, you over there? You gentrifying? I don't know. I just bought the house, bro. I'm trying to rent it. I don't care who rent.
I don't care who paid the money.
Who paid the money?
Yeah.
As long as they pay the money every month, that's it.
Yeah, for
Got
sure.
you.
For
Dope,
sure.
dope. So you say you bought a quadplex and a couple other properties. So who are you renting? Are you renting them out to just regular people, or are you renting them out to college students?
Yeah, so I'm in a college.
Say
Yeah,
that.
like so I told you, I'm in a college town. So I gotta. This was one of the things, the biggest thing my teammate taught me. He rents by the door. People are always like, how many houses you own? I don't know. I can tell you how many doors that pay me.
Right.
Because the students pay by the door, because it's like either stay in the dorms, bunk up, share a bathroom, community bathroom. You ain't got no kitchen. You got to go to the dining hall. Or you come over here and pay probably a little bit less than what you pay in the dorms. Got a kitchen, got a bathroom, got your own room, got some space. Ain't got quiet time, you know, all the doing things that come with being in a dorm, you know what I mean? And so when you rent by the door, you can get, I like to tell people, Atlanta or city prices for the entire place versus what I would rent the whole house for. Like some people come to me, they know what I do. They be like, hey man, you got a house? I'm like, yeah, I got a 3-1. They be like, how much? I'd be like, 2,000. Dang! I carry out like, you're not my clientele, and I'm renting by the door. These students would gladly pay $650 a door. See how I'm getting to that number? And they look at me like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I was like, so it's not like I'm trying to rake a family. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm renting by the door. All these people are on individual leases. You know what I'm saying? They are responsible for their rent. Their parents are guarantors on it. Right? So it's one of those things that I found a niche. I made it work. We turn our dining rooms into bedrooms.
Okay.
Because don't nobody sit in the bed. Nobody sitting to eat dinner at
Yeah,
a
but
table in the dining room. So
Right.
we put it and close that thing and we get busy. Yeah.
So I've heard. I want to unlock some myths, right? Because a lot of people think it's harder to manage like a bigger property than like a single unit. When it's kind of honestly the reverse, right?
Yeah.
As far as the management, how are you managing like these college students or these dorms?
You mean from a single family housing or from a multi?
From the multi.
Oh, that's easy. Typically, when you buy it, there'll already be a property management person in place. So what we do is when we take over something like that, we are literally just strengthening the SOPs. Because we only bought it because we see value. Like I buy stuff with value adds.
Turn it off.
You know what I mean? Like I just find stuff that I can add value to. Like I can go in and slap some LVP in, right? I can go in and change out the lighting. I can go in and paint the wall. Just a way that I can just value add, right? And then when people come and see it, they're like, oh, that's looks better. You know, like put some new appliances in. Nothing that's gonna like break me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
I'm just
right.
always looking for where I can I add value, and I also look and see where the area is in, and I also have an idea of what other things are renting out around it.
Right. Got
You feel
got
me?
you.
So yeah, so it's all numbers. I tell people never get emotional when it comes to real estate. You'll typically stay out of a bad deal, right? Like a lot of people, oh my God, it's in such and such area. It got marble floors. Oh man, it's brick. What the numbers say?
Right. The numbers tell it all. Numbers don't lie. Men, women lie. Numbers don't. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So a question I have for you, right? So you're saying, you have these properties, you're renting out to the college students. How much are you actually making, like
we gonna
per
get to the
door?
numbers.
Yeah, because I'm a numbers guy.
So
How much are you actually
talking
making
about
per
for
door?
me or just in general?
I'm talking about for you. I ain't talking about for nobody else but for you.
I mean, at one point I was making $20K a month just because of how I structured. I hate telling people what I pay for stuff just because I was so good at wholesaling. I would find deals, and I think I told y'all from the beginning, you make your money when you buy.
Yeah. big
So
money.
so when I walked in, I'm typically buying problems. Like I got to evict some people. Like I already know going in what I got to do.
Right.
It's a process. I trust the process. Like I coach in the town that I'm in, and they know they'll probably see this, and they know that I preach trust the process, whether it's your own process or the coaches. And so I knew that once I got those tenants out, and I don't put everybody at one time, right? I gotta have somebody paying, And so also, especially like those units like that multifamily, I just one at a time, right? 'Cause I don't want to renovate everything same thing. Especially back then, I had the money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So I would use this a method where so this is what brought me to the product that I actually have now as a digital product, is that my niche was by the door, and I started showing people how people like, how you keep buying stuff so fast? Because I was like, it ain't none of my money. What you mean?
Right. Other people's
I'm
money.
like, man, I'm using a credit card and I'm using the bank. The bank would fund 75 to 80%, and I would just get the other 25% off the credit card. And they're like, oh, you doing cash advance? And I'm like, come on, bro. Like, that's a rookie move. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we got third parties that we can use to pull this money on. Like, it's just a lot of ways to do this if you know what you're doing, which is why, like I tell people, like, I think I didn't crack a code, but I learned a different way to come in the real estate through the back door. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, and I think you said a couple key gems in there, right? One of the biggest things that I see is that you following strategies, right? So I know you said one of your guys, your partners, was a mentor. Have you had multiple mentors? Like, how did you learn a lot of this stuff? Because this is a whole bunch of different strategies during the way.
I'm 6 figures in.
In mentorship?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
To go
we
different-
up there too.
I
up
would
there.
tell you this. I mean, y'all know this. If you going to the next level, you got to pay,
Yes.
right? Because this is what the people at the top know.
What do you mean? What you mean by you gotta pay? Because you gotta break that down.
Yeah,
Some people may think that's extortion. Like,
Yes.
what you mean by you gotta pay?
You gotta pay you gotta pay to play, and most people want to play with what the big dog. I don't want to pay. Like, if you want to hang out with the little people, you ain't got to. You ain't got to pay nothing. Like, you literally can go and hang out with. I'll say a loser, right? It's usually free to hang out with a loser, right?
Right. Dope.
But to hang out with a president or a CEO or somebody that's doing things on a high level, you're gonna have to pay to be in the room, right? And so I've learned that at the top, there ain't no competition, only collaboration. And I see it in this industry that I'm in, especially the digital product age. They all running the same play, and they ain't just giving that play out for free.
Right.
And so you got to pay to be in the room, because even when I have my challenge, I'm like, yo, like if you really see if you want to get to the front of the line, get the VIP, get the platinum ticket. We giving way more game than just a general admission. Like, yeah, we want everybody to be
Pop.
there.
That's Gen Pop.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. And it's just like with anything, like when we run ads, a lot of people businesses won't grow and scale because they're scared to spend the money. Mm-hmm. But guess what I know? The more I spend, the more the return.
Right.
I don't ask how much it costs.
Mm.
I ask how much it'll make me. So nothing scares me when it comes to a number, no matter what it costs, because I know a deal is a deal. Both of y'all got cell phones. I have said y'all want to buy mine right now. Y'all probably gonna say, no, I got one. But if I tell you for $20, what y'all gonna say? Absolutely. Y'all have no end buyer in mind at first, or even now, but y'all know it has what?
It has way more value.
Has value. You feel me? So again, when I borrow money and and do things with confidence because I know they got value.
Right.
And somebody gonna lend me on it.
Exactly. And I saw something a little while ago. They said poor people, right? They'll ask how much is that cell phone. They're worried about the price. Rich people will find out what is this cell phone going to do for me. So the price doesn't matter. It's what is it going to do for me. Yeah. So if that cell phone is $100, what is that $100 going to do for me? I don't care. I don't care what the price is. It's what it's going to do for me.
Yeah. Right.
So you said that's important about investing. If you don't understand the power of investing or what investing in yourself can do for you in mentorship and experience, then you shouldn't be in the entrepreneurship game. You shouldn't be in business, period.
Well, because if you don't pay a mentor, you're going to pay in lost wages or mistakes that you're going to make in whatever field you in or whatever thing you're trying to do. Right? So I tell people, if you ain't got to pay me. Find somebody that you trust, then partner with, that can teach you, because I promise you it'll save you time, because you're paying for time, right? Money, love, speed.
Yes.
And how do we get faster? By somebody who's been there and done that. But like you said, people think you're trying to extort them, trying to do this. Like, I'm not gonna. I tell people my track record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I don't need to. I'm probably undercharging you. Like, we don't even do one-on-ones like that anymore, because like I only got so much time in a day.
Yeah.
So that's why you kind of see the shift. I'm probably giving the game here now. This is why you see the shift in the model of getting a lot of people in one room and selling to many.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know, like, we don't do one-on-one no more.
Yeah,
like, people don't understand that. Like, because I can do this. I can teach class once a week and teach all y'all at one time. Y'all going to ask the same questions anyway.
Right.
Most of the time, and so... that's the part of the mentorship I was telling you about, how like you just learn these things. Like, there's still people out there doing one-on-ones, and then they're making money.
Yeah,
but it's just way more stressful. Like, time is valuable to me.
And some stuff is an unlimited return. Like, knowing how to access capital. Once you learn that's an unlimited return. There's really no price put on that. Once you learn how to access capital from the banks, once you learn how to raise capital, that's something that is an unlimited return that you're going to figure out. It's always going to get you in better positions over and over
again. Once you learn how to leverage too.
Once you learn real estate.
Right.
You learn how to wholesale. You learn how to really build wealth. It's an unlimited return.
And leverage can be used in any industry, right? Any industry. It doesn't matter.
That's probably one of the greatest, most important words I've learned over the
last
5 years. Yeah. My mentor said, if you don't learn how to use leverage, you'll work for somebody who do. And that just stuck with me. Like, I'm like, wow. And I think about that because I'm like,
cool.
That's dope right there.
If you know, because I mean, everything is leverage.
Right.
I mean, we're leveraging each other's probably platforms. We're probably leveraging each other expertise because we can partner later. We leveraging each other just audiences, the whole 9 yards. We're leveraging something in life. And you obviously got to do it in a tasteful way, right? To where it don't look like you using people. And that's why I'm big on bringing value. I'm huge
go.
on bringing
Exactly.
value. Like, which is why I have a free community. Like, I don't even try to sell you nothing. Here's the free community, man. Knock yourself out.
You
I
got
just-
a bunch of resources in
Yeah,
there,
but I
right?
just got your information and somebody gonna give you a call. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Just in
Yeah.
case you know
Just
you
in
want
case.
something, you
Just
want to
in
buy
case.
something.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you, right? So you mentioned partner or partnerships earlier, right? Reason why I asked is because I see you wearing your ring on your finger, and obviously you came here with your lovely lady. How important do you think it is to have somebody that can be that stronghold for you?
It's super important because if y'all not on the same page, it's stressful.
Was she what you shooting in the gym? She was
Yeah.
from the beginning.
So we met in college 20 years ago.
Okay.
But we didn't reconnect till about
She stood up.
about
Okay, yeah, she
about-
stood up there.
about 15 years later. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do completely opposite things, but
Okay.
we understand.
Okay, that's
Like
dope,
she
that's
got the
dope.
9 to 5. I'm the hustler. She say I'm the risk taker.
Right. So and I think that's necessary. Sometimes, not everybody can be the 9 to 5 or not everybody can be the entrepreneur. But, having that
Balance.
dynamic, that dynamic in the relationship is super important. Now, a question I have for you is how do you feel or how does she feel, right? With her having a 9 to 5 and you being an entrepreneur. You said she understands the risk, but
Now she does.
okay, now she
Yeah.
So how did that dynamic work?
It takes time. It takes time. It takes understanding. You know what I mean? Like, as you see, it's 11 o'clock and what we doing? I'm working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's part of her understanding, like, this is what comes with it. And I don't get me wrong, she could stay home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this is kind of what comes with it.
Right.
And so it makes me feel better. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm not worried about me rushing home.
Right.
Hey, man, y'all hear what, man? Y'all tell me 9:30? You know what I'm saying? Like, she calling me and my phone blowing up. No, we chilling. We good. You know what I'm saying? Not
Exactly.
that she worried, but just like, didn't you tell me 9:30? But no,
Exactly.
she's here.
That typically happens. It typically happens. But what were you going to say?
No, I was gonna say what helps is success.
Yes.
I mean,
I was about to say.
it's hard to understand when ain't no money coming in.
Yeah.
But
Very,
she see
very.
that first check come in. All right, a couple checks come in. All right, oh, you got this little, you got a crib in Dubai. Oh, all right, things is good. You can stay out a little later. You know what I mean? So now that does help a lot too. Is really, and that's why staying focused, especially as men, right? So a lot of times we're gonna significant others is just believe in what we do, just follow us, just lead. But we don't stay determined and driven enough to see that success, right? And that comes with investing in yourself, investing in mentorship. To really now, it's not just you. It's your family, it's your mother, it's your wife, it's your kids. People are depending on you. So like you said, that speed does matter as well. The faster you get in front of somebody that's successful and you get to that home run is where now everybody else can see the benefit off of what you're doing.
Right. Somebody said that, I sure hope this not a get rich quick scheme. And I'm like, I sure hope it is because I don't want to get rich slow. You know what I mean? Right. And like, but
That's some Southern jokes right there.
Yeah.
But that is funny.
Yeah.
Who want to get rich slow?
Yeah, who
That
want to
is
get
funny.
who want to get rich slow? You want to get wealthy slow, right? Wealth
Correct.
is built
Correct.
slow over time, but you want to get rich as possible fast, because then you take that money and you can invest it
build
into
wealth.
things that can make you wealth. You feel me? So again, man, all these things go through my head about money, and money is not everything to me because I probably give way too much away. But I know the Bible talks about money way more than he do heaven and hell. And I'm sure the Lord talks about it because he knows where our heart is. Our money, right? Our mind and our heart is where our money is, or vice versa.
Vice
you know what I'm
versa,
saying? And so I take that serious, and I've been through that struggle coming up with my parents. So I know what it's like to rob Peter to pay Paul and check the check. And I vowed to never live like that. So I know there's other people that are living like that. So that's why this whole it's bigger than real estate.
Right.
It's bigger than credit. It's bigger than funding. It's like if you can just master one of these things, it could change you. And it's like $500 extra a month could change the average family. I spent that on ads today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Ads. Yeah. ADS.
Oh,
ads.
yeah.
It sounded like he said ads. I just want to let y'all know. I was like, hold up. Hold up.
Yeah.
But ads, yes, ads.
Yeah, and so I just I don't know, it's that's part of the passion in me that has led me down the the financial education road. Right? Yeah, I'm fine. I had to stop and just be chilling, but it was something more of a teaching, more of a give back type deal.
Yeah, I think that's just us as entrepreneurs. We always want more. We strive for more because I think that's what ingrained us to do what we're doing now. We can't just come into this being like, all right, cool, I made $1 million, that's it.
Yeah, because
I made 500,000, that's it.
Yeah, because you don't want to just always be giving money away because they'll spend that and then they'll be back asking you again.
Exactly.
So it's just like, I want to give you something you can take and use because people, I'm a big advocate. Like, I don't tell people to do with their kids because I don't have them. So, but I literally just like, we shouldn't strive to give our kids what we never have. We should strive to teach them everything we didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm such a, man, I study way more now than I ever did at Georgia. Way more. Because stuff I want to know. You know what I'm saying? But I study way more. Like, finances intrigues me. Compound interest intrigues me.
But then how could you say that you do believe or recommend somebody going to college? And if you
remember, I told you why. You want to go to
He wasn't
college?
listening. He wasn't listening.
I heard you say it.
That's why he dropped out.
But
He
then you
wasn't
also say the way you study now compared to how you studied back then is completely different.
Only way, that was college was, first of all, that was my way out the hood.
Right.
Yeah,
I understand that. I understand that.
He went for the athletics, and he went to school for something he didn't even know what he was going to do.
No, I know that. That's why. But that's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying, in my opinion, I don't think you should say that you would recommend it still, because even if that is right.
So he's recommended it with the right guidance. With the right guidance.
So if there's a different
like
way.
he said, the doctors, lawyers, he want them to have a degree.
Obviously them. You can't get there without having a degree. Well, hold up. Nowadays,
I see there's a lot of doctors on social media.
I seen a scam doctor. I ain't gonna front. He was getting to it, boy. And then he tried to run away to Columbia. It didn't work.
And I think that goes back to, I think we need to start, well, the school system, that's a whole another different podcast, but guidance counselors, right? We don't have
they still have those?
Yes,
in
they
school?
do. We don't have the type of right guidance counselors in school to really guide these kids on life, why, and where they should be heading to. A lot of times we go to college for athletics, or we go to college just because we're told to do it, but not based on, what do we want to do? What do we want to be? What do we want to make? How much money do we want to make? Like he said, what you want for a speech?
Speech communication.
He don't even know how much money that makes.
I didn't even know that was a major.
There's so many people majoring in college, they don't even know how much money they're going to make after they graduate.
Right.
Because there's no research behind it. If you want to make $250,000 a year, research, how can I make $250,000 a year doing what I do? What am I going to do? What do I have to do? You know what I'm saying?
And I'm trying to educate from a financial standpoint, right? If y'all got it, and you can afford to send your kid to school so they can enjoy like going through sorority and rush and all that stuff, knock yourself out. But from a financial standpoint, you got to get done and you got to pay this stuff back because you had to get along, then I'm going to recommend, like, if you don't know what you're going to do, then don't just go to school for the sake of going and just be getting credits and accumulating credit, because they will gladly take your money. Right. And they will gladly let you drop out. Better yet, just go to a trade school or technical school where it's
and I think that
a fourth of the cost.
That's what I would push for more.
Still college, though.
No, not necessarily.
You thinking of college? Yes, it is. A trade and technical. There's college and trade.
It's a difference.
It's school. Let's put it. It's school.
It's school. Okay,
school.
You can say that, but it's definitely a different compared to college and technicals. A trade school, it's definitely different.
So one thing I wanted to talk about. So you say you give a lot of game for free, right? You have a free community. Mm-hmm. What are you doing for your mentees and for your clients right now? Basically, how are you taking them through the process of success in real estate?
So the community is basic stuff like your credit and just simple stuff that I wish they would have
foundational
taught in school,
stuff.
Foundational stuff. And then I have a VIP community that I upgrade you to for you if you want to get deeper. You want to go dive in a little deeper with just how to. I mean, I already kind of gave you the credit play, but this is more likely in the credit realm. I don't know, do it yourself or done for you. And then the funding, same thing. Do it for you.
Yeah.
And then real estate, I give you the play of how I find stuff.
Yes.
And then we got a whole nother tier, like you want the kind of the mentorship me to hold your hand. Mm-hmm. It makes sense. So the VIP can tell you all that stuff I just told you. And then the one-on-one type stuff. And I said, I know I told you I don't really do one-on-one, but it's more like an inner circle.
Right, inner circle. Okay,
yeah, so we can meet, we can talk. Like I invite people to closings with me all the time. Just, I never knew what that was, like I thought it was my first one. I used to couldn't wait. I mean, right? I still love closing, but I don't really ever go because there's really no need now. You know what I'm saying? All they need to know where to wire my money and I go inside. Yeah, and I go sign paperwork because sometimes I don't want to see who I'm selling to.
Yeah,
you
can do that virtually now and then electronically.
Yeah, and it saves so much time. I mean, the first one time I did, I went in there, I had my suit on, I was clean. You couldn't tell me nothing, man. I got my check, I popped my check for the gram.
You popped and broke it?
No. And then
imagine you would have done that, popped and broke it.
So I think that check was about like $11K, and it took every bit of 8 days for it to clear.
That's usually how it goes.
I've never received another check. I only do wires. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, all them people who, got their checks, they ain't big. They ain't
doing no real. Big money you wiring.
Yeah, because I told people
So now in that inner circle, right? For them people that's ready to execute, right? Because we got a lot of clients ourselves that we getting them funding. They want to get into investing. Is these multifamily deals? Is these smaller deals? Like, what are you doing?
On what they want to do.
Okay.
Depending on what they want to do. They want to come in and do just single family. Those are pretty simple stuff that I can tell you. Those lists you can pull. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. And then the multifamily, I'm not gonna lie, I have partners who are really good at what they do. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm the first to tell you, I don't claim to know everything. You know what I mean? Like, that's the first thing I tell people. This is hard. I don't know everything. I'm still learning every day, but I still make good money. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep it real. Like, this is not an easy business. It does take work. Does not happen overnight. The internet will fool you. But I'm here to tell you, like, there are stressful times. There is learning curves. There will be less learning curves for you with having a mentor. But, there are times where, like, you just got to know you can't quit if you want to win. And I'm big on mindset before we get started. Because your mind ain't right.
Right.
We wasting our time. Just like y'all have said on y'all podcast, like, I don't want to get you funded if you don't know what you're going to do with that money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a waste of time. First of all, it's 0%. So now you're wasting our time with 0%. I only got 12 months, so I want to make sure that we take full advantage of the time we got this free money. I'm telling you, man, that's 0%, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand interest and stuff like that, but I figured out interest and they got some cars at 0%. I lean in, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really learn this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, why don't they teach us this in the school system? They didn't even teach me this in college.
And people get them cards 9 months later. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yep. I ain't even do the investment yet. That's the crazy part to me.
So let me ask you, what do you think the essentials it is to become a millionaire?
Oh, you took your question back?
Yeah.
Okay. He does it in this voice specifically, like that same voice?
Yeah.
He does it just like that.
Yeah. So
like as if he Pat Riley or something.
Yeah, man, that's an awesome question because obviously you got to invest in yourself. Even in stuff that I ain't really get much from, I don't regret it. Like, you would never regret investing in yourself. And I always say this on all podcasts. I'm not worried about the lack of information out there. I'm worried about the misinformation out there. There's a lot of bad stuff being told to people out there. So that's why when I come on these podcasts, that's why I keep it real. I keep it real. Whether you like me or not, you would say Lee A. Patterson came on Millionaire Essentials podcast and told the truth. Right. Because there's a lot of just called scammers out there, right? Will tell you anything to get you to buy their product or send $1. Right. And sometimes you don't even get a product. Because we're in the digital age.
I mean, that's what happened, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just why I like to over deliver when I'm giving value, and that's why I was telling y'all, like, I give so much stuff away for free, just so people can know and they can actually implement it. I got people who come in my group just to steal my stuff. It's all good, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I hope it blesses you. But again, because they're curious on what you do and how you do it, and how it makes you successful. You know, so yeah.
That's dope. That's dope, man. Yeah, that's super dope, man.
Wait,
I
did I
appreciate
even
you.
wait? Did I even answer your question?
Yes, you did.
You answered it partly. The essentials it takes to become a millionaire. Yeah,
So,
you
yeah,
answered
yeah,
it.
right.
Yeah.
So work hard.
Yes.
Okay.
Invest in yourself.
Okay.
You gotta listen, cause you think you know it all. It's not gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna. It's gonna be tough, right?
Put your pride to the side.
Yeah, but put
Right.
your pride to the side, because there's a reason why. That's why when people come on my webinar, like I have a webinar every Sunday at 6. I have people sit on my webinar every week. Don't say a word, and I'm like, y'all are here for a reason. Shoot your questions. It's not often you get to sit in front of a 7-figure entrepreneur and ask questions, because outside of this, it's probably gonna cost you to ask me these questions. So go ahead and shoot your questions now, so we can get busy and we can get to what we need to be, right? Yeah. And then also just, man, you guys have the right circle. Got to have the right circle, right? And they better be smarter than you. And to really make it easy, since you said millionaire, have a circle of some more millionaires. And if you ain't got friends that are millionaires, then I can give you some ways to find millionaire people. Matter of fact, buy your first class ticket. I mean, I'm serious. Like, you know, just first class ticket, sit in first class.
Yes.
You'll meet people.
Man,
get in a
that's so
5-star
key.
hotel.
Getting where they at.
Get in some of these masterminds that cost 10, 15, 20K. If you can, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it's that serious. You are the sum of the 5 people you hang around with. So that's how you, that's how you get
There you go.
There you go.
Hey.
That was that.
That was
You
the
ended it
answer.
off good.
There you go.
He ended it off
Yes,
good.
sir.
I ain't
Yes,
gonna
sir.
lie.
Yes, sir. But listen, y'all, man, we appreciate you coming in, you know, definitely giving us the game, helping us understand who you are, right? Because I think, you know, a lot of people, when they start to watch us on social media, they start to come to these podcasts because they want to learn a little bit about who we are and what we actually do, y'all. So, you know, this was another episode, right? Another great episode. Let the people know where they can find you, man.
You can find me everywhere at Lee A. Patterson. I'm mostly busy on Instagram, right? And you can get my free school community in the bio. You can also hop into school. My school community, I'm always getting busy in there. And you can find me across all platforms at Lee A. Patterson.
Dope.
Listen, man, this has been another dope episode of the Millionaire Essentials podcast with our guy, Lee A. Patterson. He gave a lot of gems about how to get started in real estate, how to scale in real estate, and he gave you a deep dive personally in who he is and how he's out here helping people. Tap into us, tap into Lee A. Patterson. I'm your guy, Brandon the Provider.
Yes, sir, and it's Tevin Facey. And don't forget, before you go, make sure you guys tap into us, okay? Because you know that we can get you access to $100, $200, $300,000, whether it's 0% interest, credit cards, loans, lines of credit, y'all. Make sure you tap in. Click that link below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And this is another great episode, man. Lee A. Patterson, he came in here. He broke it all down for you, y'all.
See
It's
ya
Tevin
soon.
Facey. See you soon. Peace.
All right, what's up? This is Lee A. Patterson. I want to tell you guys about my 5-day challenge I got coming up. Tap in with me, click the link down below, or just visit my page at Lee A. Patterson, where I'm going to have a 5-day challenge where I'm going to be teaching you how to clean your credit, fund your business, and get your first set of keys to your first income producing asset. So join the challenge and I'll see you there. Let's go.